21 answer rigging scandal. On November 28, 1956, a young professor named Charles Van Doren stepped onto NBC's quiz show, 21, ready to challenge reigning champion Herbert Stempel. Behind the scenes, producers had already decided who they wanted America to love. They fed Van Doren the answers and ordered Stempel to lose on cue, including missing a question about the movie Marty, which he actually knew by heart. Ratings exploded. Sponsors poured in millions. Van Doren won $129,000, a fortune at the time, and became a national hero. But Stempel refused to stay quiet. By late 1957, investigators uncovered the coaching, the scripts, and the staged drama, disguised as competition. On November 2, 1959, Van Doren confessed before Congress, and 21 was pulled off the air. Amazing how a show built on knowledge collapsed the moment the truth finally answered back. Dotto answer leak. On August 18, 1958, the game show Dotto was abruptly pulled off the air, ending one of TV's biggest hits overnight. Weeks earlier, a standby contestant named Edward Hilgemeyer Jr. had found a notebook belonging to champion Marie Wynn. Inside were pages of answers, sketches, and prompts matching upcoming questions, proof she had been fed information in advance. Producers reportedly paid Hilgemeyer $1,500 to keep quiet about his discovery, and paid another contestant $4,000 after a fixed match. Hilgemeyer brought the notebook to the FCC and the press. The investigation spread fast, revealing the same coaching pattern on both the daytime and nighttime versions of Dotto. CBS and NBC panicked, canceling the show within hours. Sponsors fled. Ratings data vanished. By fall, Dotto became the first major quiz show to collapse under scandal, months before the more famous 21 hearings, all from a single notebook that turned a quiet suspicion into a televised confession. Pennsylvania lottery fix. On April 24, 1980, Pennsylvania's daily lottery drawing promised a clean shot at a $3.5 million jackpot. But behind the scenes, TV host Nick Perry and a small group of insiders had rigged the game. They filled the 6 and 4 balls with paint, making them heavier and less likely to rise in the machine. Only the other 8 balls, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, could float. The conspirators bet thousands across the state on combinations using 4s and 6s. That night, the winning number rolled out, 666. Perry smiled on air as the cameras captured a victory he already knew. The scheme collapsed within weeks when betting patterns exposed the fraud. Investigators traced purchases, wiretaps, and bank records. Perry received a 7-year prison sentence, and the scandal forced lottery reforms nationwide. Amazing how 3 little numbers nearly broke public trust in pure luck. Super password fugitive contestant. On January 1988, a soft-spoken man calling himself Patrick Quinn stepped onto Super Password, ready to play for big money. Producers saw a polite, confident contestant. What they didn't know was that his real name was Kerry Ketchum, a fugitive wanted for fraud in multiple states. Under his fake name, he was remarkably successful, winning a record-tying $55,000 in one bonus round and $58,600 total over his 4-day run. But Ketchum's face didn't just appear on television. It appeared on televisions in FBI field offices. Agents recognized him instantly. They waited until he returned to the studio to film more episodes. On March 22, 1988, federal officers arrested him in the lobby of NBC Burbank before he could play another round. Ketchum never touched the prize money. Turns out the only thing he really won was a one-way trip off the game board. Our Little Genius. Producers feeding answers. On January 13, 2010, Fox announced a bold new game show called Our Little Genius, a quiz series built around brilliant children answering difficult adult-level questions with a top prize of $500,000. The host, Kevin Pollack, promised fairness and transparency, but trouble surfaced before the first episode ever aired. Parents revealed producers had coached their kids off-camera, feeding topics, sample questions, and even correct answers in advance. One father reported receiving packets outlining what would appear in his child's upcoming round. Another admitted producers hinted which choices to eliminate, turning genius into guided guessing. When the allegations reached the FCC and industry watchdogs, Fox panicked. On January 20th, 2010, just days before the premiere, the network pulled the entire show, returned all contestant prize money, and erased the season from its schedule. A series built on super smart children fell apart the moment the grown-ups failed the honesty test. Germany's Millionaire in disguise. On November 3, 2003, Louis Meyer walked onto a weird Millionaire, the German version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and won €500 before going home. The rules were clear, 1 appearance per lifetime. But Meyer wanted another shot at the big money. On November 10, 2006, he returned to the show wearing a wig, glasses, and a fake beard, using the false name Reinhold Schlager. Host Günther Jauch welcomed him without suspicion. Meyer played with confidence, used no lifelines early, and climbed the ladder fast. He reached €64,000, signing paperwork under his alias and celebrating like a new champion. But viewers watching at home noticed his voice, mannerisms, and laugh. Emails flooded RTL, claiming the new winner looked exactly like the guy from 3 years earlier. Producers checked archives, confirmed the match, and stripped Meyer of the entire €64,000. He was banned for life. A man who fooled the cameras couldn't fool the audience. Wowowee Millionaire controversy. On August 20th, 2007, millions of Filipinos tuned into ABS-CBN's hit noontime show, Wowowee, to watch its Millionaire jackpot segment. The top prize was huge, 2 million pesos in cash, plus a chance at an extra 1 million pesos hidden behind colored prize boards. But during the live draw, something strange happened. Host Willie Revilla-May lifted the violet board to reveal the winning 0, yet the tab underneath showed 2, a number linked to a lower prize. Audiences noticed immediately. Clips spread across TV news and radio. Viewers accused the show of switching tabs and hiding the real jackpot number. Rival network GMA7 replayed the footage frame by frame, claiming fraud. ABS-CBN defended the game, saying the mix-up came from production error, not cheating. Investigations followed, sponsors backed away, and Millionaire was canceled days later. A jackpot built to change lives instead changed Philippine television by proving luck looks different when the cameras zoom in. The Coughing Major. On April 9, 2001, retired British Army Major Charles Ingram took the hot seat on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, aiming for the £1 million jackpot. At first he struggled, burning lifelines early and guessing wildly. Then his luck shifted. Each time host Chris Tarrant read an answer choice, a tiny cough sounded from the audience, usually from fellow contestant Tequan Wittick. Those coughs formed a secret code. 1 cough meant correct, 2 meant wrong. Ingram's wife Diana sitting nearby. Using the system, Ingram jumped from £4,000 to the top prize of £1 million, stunning the studio. Producers reviewed the tape and counted 192 suspicious coughs, all aligned with Ingram's choices. On April 7, 2003, the trio was convicted of fraud, given suspended sentences, and fined over £15,000. Ingram's winnings were never paid. Up until now, Ingram still claims every cough was just a coincidence, one worth £1 million. Pasapalabra Shazam incident. On February 10, 2012, Spain's hit quiz show Pasapalabra faced a strange new problem in its studio audience. Contestants were racing through music identification rounds, but one player hit every song title instantly. Producers noticed he wasn't listening to the band. He kept glancing down at his phone. Security checked and found Shazam open, an app that could identify a song in seconds. The show's rules banned electronic devices, yet the contestant had slipped his phone past staff during seating. When the team replayed the round, every fast answer matched Shazam's detection speed. The contestant was removed. The episode was reshot. Phones were banned from the studio floor, and metal detectors were added. A game built on quick thinking had nearly been beaten by quicker software. You Say We Pay pre-picked winners. On February 2007, the hit UK daytime show Richard and Judy ran a phone-in quiz called You Say We Pay, offering callers a chance to win £5,000. More than 1 million viewers dialed a premium rate line costing up to 75 pence per call, believing the draw stayed open until the end of the show. But an internal audit exposed the truth. Winners were being selected long before phone lines officially closed, meaning thousands of callers spent money on chances they never actually had. The scandal broke publicly on February 20th, 2007, when Channel 4 admitted to the deception. An Ofcom investigation followed, uncovering at least £1 million in unfairly taken fees. The segment was pulled. Refunds were ordered. By summer, Richard and Judy's reputation had slipped, and the show left Channel 4 the next year. Amazing how a game built on guessing words was undone by the oldest word of all: cheating.